Hey there, little guy. What's your name?
My name's Kevin.
Kevin. Well, my name is Fred, but you can call me Freddy. How would you like a special treat?
You had that dream again, didn't you? About him. Remember what I told you? Daddy made him go away. He's not coming back. And pretty soon we're going to move to our nice new house in Cleveland, far away from Elm Street. You know I love you. Now get some sleep.
Too tired for this. My dad had his morning screwdriver, but today he decided to skip the orange juice. Cut into my beauty sleep.
Beauty sleep? You must be an insomniac. Who assigns reports on dream catchers and Indian mumbo-jumbo?
An old hippie like our teacher.
Let's see, according to the Lakota, an ancient trickster, Iktomi, turned into a spider to terrorize one woman, but she tricked him into teaching him how to weave a web. Thus the first dream catcher. Jolene would freak, she hates spiders.
Speaking of that delectable sister of yours, when's she gonna hook you up with one of our hot little friends?
I'm not looking.
Dude, when are you gonna get back up on that horse? It's been a year since Amy.
Peter, that's enough.
So, buddy, like what you see? Tried drawing her naked yet?
Quit it, perv.
Jeez, Maddie.
You know, she is my sister's best friend. If you wanted me to, I could...
No, it's good.
Have you thought about asking her to be your study partner?
Study partner?
Yeah, remember our teacher said, be sure to find a study partner.
I'm sure her and Jolene are study partners.
No, Joe and I are.
You know, it's weird how, you and Jolene are twins, but you don't look that much alike.
Maybe because we're fraternal twins. After all this time, I think it'd get a little easier. I gotta go.
What's up with him?
Look. Jolene's gone. Ashley's all alone.
Peter, come on.
She's just a girl. She's not gonna bite you.
Not unless you're really, really lucky anyway.
You've been pining over ever since you moved here. Just go talk to her.
Fine, I'll go.
$5 says he chickens out.
$5, and you have to be my study partner.
You're on.
Hi.
Hi.
I don't know if you remember me. We used to hang out as kids. Name's Kevin. Kevin Marks.
Little Kevin from Elm Street?
Yeah.
Of course I remember you. Oh my gosh, I thought you had moved away.
My parents decided to move back. Came back and found out that our old house was for sale, so moved right back in. Anyways, I was just wondering if maybe you wanted to catch up sometime. Study partners or something?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to.
Really? Cool. Can I call you?
Sure. Let me give you my number.
Cool. I'll call you. Gotta go, but talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.
Thank God it's Friday.
When have you ever thanked God for anything? My dad's taking me to a Reds game this weekend.
You're like the son your dad never had.
Hey, if your dad wanted a son and he had 2 daughters, you'd be the son he never had if it made him love you.
Wonder where Bandit is.
Bet he's off somewhere trying to learn how to type with one hand.
Yeah, well, you're the master of one-handed typing.
I think I found Bandit.
What's up, bro? You the reason why we was up at detention all day yesterday?
Bandit right here. Look at him, one-armed bandit.
Little one-handed. What's happening with it?
You gonna fight back? Huh? You gonna fight back? Why don't you give me a left hook?
Leave him alone!
Oh, look, TJ. It's 2 for $1 day at the freak shop.
Yeah, I think it's time for checkout.
This is what you get for scamming my girlfriend.
Thunder of the bone, the sweet of the mate.
Rock!
Ash, babe, this is none of your fucking business.
I thought maybe you'd change, but you're nothing but a thug. We're through.
Steven, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, Joe. I'm fine.
Thank you, partner.
Thanks for just jumping in, you guys.
You drew this?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thanks.
Are you okay? Are you sure?
So, you're Jolene, huh? I'm Peter. Pretty much, Bandit's best friend.
Hey, thanks for giving me a ride.
No problem. Felt bad for, what happened with Brock.
Don't worry about it. We were kind of over a long time ago. I kept thinking maybe somehow I could change him, but that's never gonna happen, so don't worry about it. But what about you and Maddie? Aren't you going out?
Me and Maddie? No, she's like a sister to me.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll get going now.
Well, you want to, we can get together tomorrow and work on that research paper.
Yeah, that'd be great. I guess I'll see you later.
Alright. Talk to you later.
If I could draw like you, I'd have her pose for me every night.
Kevin, you're home. How's Mommy's little angel?
Hi, Kevin. I'm Dr. Glover.
He's a therapist from Weston Hills.
Weston Hills. The Nut House. I'm not crazy. Give me those! These are my pictures! You had no right to bring him here. What is this, some kind of ambush?
Kevin, if you would just hear him out.
Oh, hear him out. Then what? Have him put me in a padded room?
Kevin, no one is going to put you in a padded room.
You know what? Screw this. Kevin, wait! Damn it! Hey, bro.
Hey,
Thanks for letting me stay.
it's no problem. Seems like a pretty bad fight with you and your parents. Least I can do.
Yeah. Well, thanks anyway. Bandit! Bandit, wake up!
inside of me, and I can't hold him any longer. You must be strong where I was weak. You must prevail where I have failed. You must believe. No! No! Stay back! No!
Scared the hell out of me.
Where are we?
Steven.
Amy. But I don't understand. You died.
Hold me.
some memories, kid. But the real nightmares just start! Let's dig open some old wounds!
Can't believe she dumped me for that asshole, Kevin.
Check it out, bro. I ain't say you could stay here, keep me up all night bitching about Ashley, man.
Excuse me. Should've cut that fucker when I had the chance.
Two for one day.
You're his mother.
There are markers here for the dozens my son, the abomination, butchered in his lifetime. He even claimed me. There is no marker for him, though. His death was done in secret. What's happening? I sought to contain him, but I grew weak from the ongoing battle within myself. Your pain became his anchor.
Kevin!
They're all children.
So, what did it say on the nun's tombstone? Returned unopened.
I think I know who killed Bandit, Brock, and TJ.
Who?
Do you guys remember the child murderer, Fred Krueger?
How could I forget? That ice cream truck was going up and down our road every day playing 1-2 Buckle My Shoe.
Yeah, that's where we got our nursery rhyme about him from.
He kidnapped me when I was a kid. And the detective saved me, but Krueger went free because of some technicalities, and pretty much ever since then I've been having nightmares about him. And the other night I had a dream that he killed Bandit.
Dude, I can't believe you're bringing up the legend in a time like this.
Legend? What legend?
The Freddy legend. That after he got out of jail, all the parents of the murdered kids went to his house and burned him to death.
He was burned in my dream. What else does the legend say?
They say that Freddy came back to get revenge on all the surviving kids through their nightmares. And if he kills you in your dream, you're dead. Period.
Every few years, there's a bunch of deaths, all unexplained.
If this is true, we have to get to Jolene. We have to warn her.
Where is she?
She's been committed to Weston Hills. The way she was raving, they think she killed Bandit.
I'll drive. Let's go.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You can count me out.
Peter, you can't be serious.
It's just a freaky coincidence. Your dream and the legend.
Yeah, a little bit too much to be coincidence.
Listen, Bandit was my friend a lot longer than he was yours. I have to go.
Peter, wait!
Kevin, let him go. He needs a space. Right now, we need to get to Jolene.
There's something I want you to have.
I don't need this.
You don't want it. We need to talk alone. I know you're telling the truth.
So let me get this straight. Last week, you lost a patient's chart. And now this poor girl, you've overdosed?
I'm sorry, Dr. Glover.
Sorry? What is this, a game? Playing nurse?
I'm sorry. Please don't fire me.
You're not fired.
I'm not?
No. You're dead, bitch!
Welcome to my parlor.
Jolene, are you okay? You look like you just had a bad dream.
So how is the service?
It was nice. There were a lot of people there for Stephen.
It's all my fault.
What do you mean?
my birthday, our 16th birthday. I wanted to party all to myself, just me and my friends. And so he went driving with Amy. If I hadn't been so selfish, he wouldn't have had the accident. He could have defended himself.
Jolene, don't talk that way. Nothing could have changed what happened.
And I keep having these nightmares about a man. He's wearing an old brown hat and a striped sweater. And he's burned. And the worst part is, he has this glove with knives on it. And he wants to kill me. It's just a scary dream, right?
What I'm about to tell you, I've never told anyone. I used to have a sister. Her name was Annie. She was a little older than me. I've always been into sports, hoping to get Dad's attention. But after Mom died, Annie wanted to be like her, a beautician. She was a cosmetology student. I heard a noise, so I got out of bed to see what was wrong.
Now, it's time to take a little off the top.
I didn't tell anyone before now. I thought it was crazy, but now I know it's true.
Hello. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ask you all to leave for now. Kevin, I didn't know you were friends with this young lady. Are you all right? Look, I just want to say I'm sorry for the other afternoon. That wasn't right, having that sprung on you like that.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know that my door is always open to you. But for now, I am going to have to ask you guys to leave. I do need to have some time to speak to Miss Hendricks.
We have to go now, okay?
Don't let them put you to sleep. He's not a dream. He's real.
Dad, what's going on?
I'm sorry. Business just came up. I can't avoid it. I gotta go out of town.
But what about the game?
I'm sorry, sport, but we're just gonna have to catch a game some other time. There's plenty of them left.
Right. I understand.
That's my sport. I'll be back in a few days.
Thanks, Dad.
Now, the question is, have you ever lusted over a woman's? Matthew chapter 18, verse 9 says, if your eye causes you to sin, you should gouge it out. I think we need to lay on hands!
Thanks for having me over.
It's no problem. We're glad you came over. You know, I remember when you and Kevin used to play house together.
Marie, you're going to give him a complex.
Too late.
I remember your mother and I used to sit at the park and talk while you and Kevin played. But that was before, well, you know.
Oh, somebody pass the bread.
Oh, you know what? We forgot to say grace. Dale?
Oh, yeah, Grace, right. Thanks God for food and family and food and all. Amen.
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 God bless us, everyone. Sorry about that. You know, my parents and all.
Hey, it's okay. It's nice to see him again.
Yeah. For you, maybe. I don't know, it's just... It's been weird being around my parents. It always has been. It just feels like... they're very fake. Maybe it's just me. I'm so tired. I'd give anything for a good night of sleep.
Kevin, there's something I want to show you. So, do you like my room?
Oh, you sure have a lot of dream catchers. I guess I picked a good study partner. But I didn't know that you were Native American.
Yeah, it's from my dad. He was a police officer. He used to call me his little Winchinchalla. It means little girl. He gave me this. He died in the line of duty when I was 5. I don't really remember any of it. The doctor said that I was in too much shock. Does that make any sense? Some girls have elephants or unicorns. I guess I just have dream catchers.
Do they give you good dreams?
No. They're supposed to protect you from the bad ones.
You believe these things magically protect people from nightmares?
No. For me, the dream catcher is more of a symbol. Evil seems so strong, but it's only strong because it's hiding in darkness. It can't stand to be brought into the light because then it can't hide anymore. It's exposed for what it is. It's burned away. Here, I want you to have one.
Really? Thanks.
Things are really scary right now, Kevin. I'm glad I have you.
Yeah.
Mom!
Who is this?
This is Kevin. Kevin Marks.
Marks? Did you say Marks? Get out of my daughter's room. Just get out of my house!
Why can't I touch you?
Hey.
I'm really sorry about yesterday.
Are you okay? Don't worry about yesterday, man. We're in this together. Ashley and I were going to Weston after school, visit Jolene. After that, we'll all get together and figure this out, alright? Just promise me you won't go to sleep tonight.
You can count on it.
Come on, bro. What do you know about tricksters? I heard of one named Iktomi. Know anything about him?
There's a lot of stories about Iktomi. In one story, he controlled someone with strings like a puppet. Why?
Nothing. Just something I've been thinking about. Surprised you'd see me after last night.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I don't know why my mom acted that way.
It's alright. I guess we all have our share of crazy parents.
Kevin?
Listen, go ahead. There's something I need to do while we're here. If it's a bad time, I can, you know.
No, please, sit. I see you were admiring my dart trophy. Old hobby. What can I do for you?
Dr. Glover, what do you know about nightmares?
Well, scientifically, there is very little that we know about dreams. One thing I do know is that only in our worst nightmares are we confronted by the person that we truly are, whether we see it as ourself or something else. Your parents told me you've been having a problem with night terrors. All of your symptoms point to a condition that's called post-traumatic stress disorder. Do you know of it?
No.
As a child, your young mind experienced trauma beyond which it could comprehend. So you locked it away, acting it out in the night terrors, working it out with your drawings. After all these years, Krueger is still alive in your mind.
Not just mine.
What do you mean?
Remember? Remember what?
Itsy Freddy Spider made all the children shout. On came the fire and burned the spider out. Down went the sun and the kids began to dream. And the itsy Freddy Spider came back to me.
killing people in their dreams, Kevin, you need to look at your nightmares for what they really are. Your brain's attempt to reconcile your childhood tragedy. I'm sorry. You need to look at this thing realistically.
You know, it's hard to believe there's actually walls under all that.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed with you getting rid of it all.
Never told anyone how much I struggle with this kind of stuff. I was too embarrassed, you know? I mean, who would have really been there for me?
I would have been there for you.
Really?
Well, when my mom died, you were the only one who really understood, since you'd lost your mom too. That really meant a lot to me. But then, I don't know, you just changed.
I was 11 when I first saw it. Flipping through the channels and there it was. I mean, I wanted more. TV, magazines, anything. I became obsessed. This is not the person I want to be anymore. I do not want to be remembered as some girl crazy horn dog.
Don't talk that way. I'll go make us some coffee.
It's me. It's okay.
Steven, you're not supposed to be here.
Did you think I'd leave without saying goodbye?
Steven, I'm so sorry. It's not my fault.
Don't you understand? I'm whole again. And I'm with Amy. I'm finally happy.
So do you believe me now?
Yes.
Have the tests been done to determine a cause of death?
According to our tests, Jolene died from massive amounts of spider venom.
Spider venom?
The amount of venom in her body. She would have had to have been bitten by thousands of spiders. Yet there were no marks. No indications of any kind of attack.
It was Krueger. You and I both know it.
I do! But I can't tell that poor girl's parents that dream spiders killed their daughter.
Hang on. Jolene was terrified of spiders. Her brother told me.
Makes sense. Krueger must exploit the things we fear most to make us vulnerable.
The night he came back, it was like he was feeding off my memories to make himself strong. Why are you sticking your neck out for me anyways?
I was a medic in Nam. Came back with PTSD, just like you. I know the hell a man's past can be.
How'd you overcome it?
Well, I learned that if you want to reach for tomorrow, you have to let go of yesterday. And I did.
I wish it were that easy. But my yesterday's holding on to me.
Have you ever considered hypnosis?
No. He's in there somewhere. I just can't.
Very well. We've got a lot of work to do, Kevin. Come back later. In the meantime, I've got some digging. Kevin, just think about it. As long as he can use your memories against you, he has power over you.
I can't believe Peter's gone.
How are you holding up?
I haven't slept since my dad left for his business trip.
I haven't slept much either. Every time I do, he's there. Past 13 years, every night, he's always there. But now he's real.
Kevin, I'm in this with you.
Too many people have died already. It started with me and it's gonna end with me. I won't rest until he's stopped.
us until he's dead.
I found Krueger's file. He was born here.
Frederick Charles Krueger, born September 13th, 1942, to Amanda Krueger, later named Sister Mary Helena.
According to the file, she was locked in with the inmates over the Christmas weekend. They found her raped, beaten, starving, and pregnant.
Oh, God.
He grew up in foster care, got drafted, went to Nam, was dishonorably discharged, torturing a Vietnamese prisoner.
What's wrong? It's just the detective that arrested Krueger to save me.
He's someone else, too. He's my father. I have to know, Mother. Tell me.
You want the truth? I'll give you the truth. Your father was so caught up trying to rescue him that he forgot to read Krueger's rights, and that's how he got away. And that's how your father lost his job.
I don't understand, Mom. You told me Dad died in the line of duty.
After Krueger was freed, he came back after you. He took you out of revenge. Your father went and rescued you, and then he went back after him.
I get the cough.
But he wasn't the only one. A bunch of parents got together, and they went and burned the place down. Your father was in there. You had no memory of what happened. You were in shock. I didn't want to tell you. I just wanted you to have peace.
So, that's why you hate Kevin.
Oh, there's more. His parents started the mob! They're the reason your father's dead.
I'm free!
I don't know what to say. Look, maybe we should just go to Glover, and from there we can make a plan and
No. Kevin, stop.
Ashley, but we really need to...
No. Everything I ever believed about my dad was a lie. You and me are the same.
I know, but Ashley, we need a plan. I mean...
No, Kevin, I can't do this anymore. Everyone around us is dying, and... Just...
Wait,
What are you saying?
I'm saying you need to leave now.
Ashley, please, just
Kevin.
give me we can figure this
no.
out.
Look,
Please.
I'm sorry. Goodbye. I'm sorry.
Ashley.
I don't want you to go.
I'm sorry, Winchinchalla, but I have to go. I'll be back for this. I love you.
Kevin.
The hypnosis. Let's do it.
Kevin,
Yes?
where are you?
I'm in front of my house. Lane. He's talking to me.
Who's talking to you?
Freddy. He told me to call him Freddy. He's hurting me. Make him stop. Make him go to the red room.
Kevin, what's the red room?
That's where I made him go. So he couldn't hurt me anymore.
Time to put this baby to bed. You're under arrest. You child-killing son of a bitch. You'll never see the light of day again. You'll never be rid of me. I am Elm Street. I'm not finished with you yet, piglet. You hear? No one gets away from me.
Dr. Glover.
You. You think you could bury me? I'm every skeleton in your closet.
You killed Bandit, Jolene, and Peter. They're all gone because of you!
Gone? my children. Bullseye!
One, two, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock the door. 5, 6, your crucifix. 7, 8, stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again.
Hey. As soon as I went inside, I regretted pushing you away.
Dr. Glover is gone. Now I'm alone.
You're not alone. Whatever Krueger's doing, he's doing to both of us. We're in this together. You still haven't hung my dream catcher.
I doubt it would make a difference.
Dad, when are you going to be home?
I just got on the road. I'm a few hours away.
Please hurry.
Bye to you.
Play ball! Double header.
Annie.
Kiss your sister for me. Batter up. You're out!
Do you like my work?
Yeah, you're really good.
Well, after it happened, I had all these emotions and nowhere to put them, so I put them on paper.
I love art. I'd love to work in a museum someday.
If you ever get a job there, maybe you can hook me up.
Why do you stay down here?
The nightmares, it's too hard to stay in my room.
I don't remember having any nightmares growing up about what happened.
He's taken so much from me. I'm afraid if we get much closer, he'll take you too.
I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not so bad. It's what's inside that counts.
Oh, is Maddie there? Wait, what? Ashley! Ashley, wake up! Ashley. Please wake up. Please.
Ashley, honey, are you okay? What's the matter?
Mom, what happened to all my dream catchers?
What are you talking about? You never had any dream catchers.
Where's Kevin?
Kevin? Kevin who?
Kevin who? What do you mean Kevin who? Kevin Marks!
Ashley, honey, the Marks boy died when you were little. You remember, don't you?
Is something wrong in here?
Dad? Daddy? Daddy, I can't believe it's you. I've missed you so much.
Quit, Chinchilla. It's all been a bad dream.
I'll be your daddy, little girl.
Well, she's in it pretty deep. It's in God's hands now.
Can I see her?
No, I'm afraid not. It's a hospital policy, family only.
What are you doing here?
I'm the one who brought her here to get help.
Help! The best thing you could do if you want to help my daughter is disappear. God help me, as far as I'm concerned, the best thing you could have done for my family is die as a child.
I was brutalized over and over for days. It was the closest thing to hell on earth anyone could possibly imagine. In that time, I feared those maniacs and what they could do to me more than I trusted God to deliver me from them. When they finally found me, he was already growing inside of me. I was so scared. I gave him up for adoption. The blood of so many innocents is on my hands.
you couldn't stop him, then how can I?
When I think of how terribly I wronged him, when I think of how much I am to blame, I just can't. Did you see? In spite of everything that he's done, he is my son.
I would have sacrificed myself for all of them.
Can you surrender everything and trust me?
Yes.
Everything that has happened has prepared you for this moment. You are a warrior, Kevin. You just need to take up your armor and fight.
Look. Ready to make your mark?
I'm not afraid of your tricks anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to beat a dead whore.
Ashley!
Show me what you're made of, kid! You'll have to go through me. As you wish.
Come on! Let them duke it out!
You're me. If I'm you, I got real ugly. Time to give you the shaft, old man. Lip hole. You're just a memory. I'm the real deal! You give me that funny feeling in my tummy.
Where are we?
The Red Room.
The what?
It's where I kept the memory of what he did to me.
There's no windows or doors. How are we supposed to get out?
There is no way out.
There, Kevin. I made all your bad memories go away.
Stay back!
I think the little bimbo and I are gonna have some fun. You wish you were in hell. Join your daddy, bitch!
Your evil is at an end.
Check the scoreboard. I win, bitch!
You've escaped judgment long enough. Now, judgment comes to you.
No, don't hurt me!
I'm sorry.
Don't you love me, Mommy? Why you always hurt me?
I'm so sorry.
You think you're strong because you hide in the shadows? Light exposes evil, burns it away. You'll never hurt me again because I am in the light. Come into the light, Krueger. Come into the light, burn away.
Your fault.
We were supposed to be a team.
I was your friend. You watched me die. You did nothing. Because of you.
My father is dead because of you.
I killed for you. Your mother drinks because of you. You ruined our family.
Never going to let you go. Not me. It's all right, Kevin. It's over now.
Do you remember when I said that I'd give anything to get a good night's sleep?
Yeah?
I think I just did.
The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the walls, in the closet, in the halls. It comes awake and I can't control it. Hiding under the bed, in my body, in my head. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it end. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. My secret side I keep hid under lock and key. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. Cause if I let him out, he'll tear me up, break me down. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it end. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. It's hiding in the dark, its teeth are razor sharp. There's no escape for me, it wants my soul, it wants my heart. No one can hear me scream, maybe it's just a dream. Maybe it's inside of me. Stop this monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I'm gonna lose control, it's something radical. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster.